Hey Z, how you doing? Good morning, good morning. The day after New Year's the 2nd, January 2. Yep, Hey, Z, how you doing? We're just having a good old time and don't know who's going to be here. A lot of people probably have some chores to do. I had to go out and take my trash out to the curb this morning, and I went and unplugged all my Christmas lights. I'm going to have to take them down later, but at least they're not lit up anymore. So, yeah. Let me see. Let's go over here. Gotta get rid of got a couple of things I gotta do. I gotta get rid of the damn emojis. Yeah, save. Okay. And I've got to copy the invite link, copy over here. Hey, how you doing? Uh, paste, enter, and okay. AZ. Yep, Jody's here, aka Frank Rizzo. So I guess we're done with the holiday season, the Christmas holiday season for another year, 365 days. The I went and got it shipped first thing this morning too. Herbert C. Jackson. Let me write it down. It's a bulk carrier in the classic design, which has the pilot house forward, the boom. The one going by here right now is the new design. Everything's in the stern. That's the CSL Laurentian. Well, as you can see, it's kind of a dark, cloudy day down there. It's not nasty, but it's cold. It's 28 degrees, 29 degrees. Paul Hodges will not be joining us this morning. He last night he said that he blew out a power steering line, and so he's got to go deal with that today. And so, and I don't know who's going to be here. We'll see if Justin gets in or if anybody else wants to join. The the link is at the top of the chat. Everybody's always welcome to join when you feel like it. And there's two ways to join. You can join fully with video and audio, or you can join and select only audio if you don't want the video, or you don't have capabilities of video. Oh, AZ, so it's a little chilly there where you are too. It's 40. Yeah, yeah, David. Yeah, it was his truck. So, yeah, everybody must be winding down after the holidays and got some certain things to do. I know that here, kids don't go back to school, I think, until Friday, and then they're off the weekend, and then they go back regular schedule. So it gives you a chance to get some stuff done. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people maybe out doing some shopping. Um, after the holiday shopping. I don't know how much discounting they do. I know that they used to have Black Friday where they discounted and everything and all that kind of stuff. But after the holidays, I know if they're overstocked with things, they discount some items. But I don't think there's any big blowouts like there used to be. Because a lot of the stuff is for sale. I noticed the other day when I was out and about, big screen TVs for 3, 4, $500. Gosh, I remember when I bought my first 52-inch TV, I think I paid $1,700 for it. Uh, Too much party. Yeah, I understand, AZ. I see that they had a plane explosion in Tokyo, uh, caught on fire after landing, but I think it came down on fire. They ran into a Coast Guard plane out over top of the water and made it back to shore with all the passengers and everybody got off. I don't know if anybody was burned or not, but it's pretty extensive. And then you've got they had an earthquake this morning, a small one in New Jersey, I think it was. So, and then they had the tsunami over overseas. So I don't know. Everything seems to be going to hell. But I'd like to thank everybody for coming in. Oh, it's only the return line on the power steering. Oh, all right. Yeah, Frank, I think it was Jersey. Yeah, but that airplane fire this morning, that was something to see. Let me see if I can screen share this. Yeah, that plane's trash.
All right.
There's the plane when it came in. So that was something to see. PJ is in Tokyo. An airliner with 387 passengers on board crashed in midair with a Coast Guard, not our Coast Guard, but their Coast Guard aircraft. All five members on the Coast Guard plane perished. What they were doing is they were flying in some supplies over there for people from the tsunami of the flooding, and they crossed and just a mess. But all of the passengers and crew got off of the aircraft after it landed. You saw it landing; it was on fire. But the Coast Guard plane, everybody perished. Yeah, yeah, it's all over the news. I'm sure you can turn on the news and see it, or you can turn around and just YouTube check for it. Mitchie's hip. Gitchy is happy this morning. Her University of Michigan U of M football team won last night, so now they play next week in the NCAA finals, football finals. They're going to play. I think it's Washington, University of Washington. I don't know. Yeah, my memory isn't what it used to be, sadly. PJ, you going to work or are you getting ready to go to work? Yep, and Paul Hodges called me earlier this morning. His power steering went out on his truck, so he had to go get that repaired. And he just reported in there not too long ago up in the chat that it was the power steering return line broke. It's only the return line on the power steering. just taking out the old one and waiting for a part to arrive at the garage. Okay, Paul. Boo-boo. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. Uh-huh. I'll show you some raw footage I shot this morning. It was early and it was dusky out, but um, let me screen share this. Share. And let me put it on play. There's no audio with it, of course. This is with the Air 2S. Of course, in post, I'll lighten it up a little bit, but this is the raw footage. The Herbert C. Jackson downbound. You notice that the deck lights on this side all are not working. End of the season, I'm sure they got maintenance to do on all of them. Lights on the other side are working. It's a classic design, has the pilot house forward. It's self-unloading boat carrier. Not sure what it's carrying. Headed for Dearborn, Michigan. So I don't know whether it's got iron ore or what. Well, now the lights are on the other side. That's kind of strange. Interlake Steamship Company. See, the lights along here are not on, but from the other side, they're on. So only one side of them are working, I guess. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just flying a drone. And of course, here in the back is that's the mess hall and cabins they have here for the crew. That's Canada over there. It was a casino. I don't think it's still operating, or maybe it is. I don't know. Before that, the Canada Steamship Line, that used to be a loading port, had great big doors on the side of it, and they used to come out and load the ships. Pine Grove Park still got some lights on. They'll be dismantling that. All the Christmas decorations. Share. Well, the agenda of today is I'm probably going to go down and out in a while and start taking down some of my Christmas lights. It's not supposed to rain or snow right today. So today's the day to go out and get some of that stuff down, you know. Comes down a lot easier, but it isn't when you're building something or putting something up, it's a fun thing. When you're taking it down, it's a chore. So, you know, it's a psychological thing. I hope everybody had a great holidays, and I'm sure that there's many of you out there are gonna be removing decorations and lights and those kinds of things. But I went around after I got back from flying that drone. I went around and unplugged all the lights around the different areas of my house. So they're all pretty much powered down now. So, hey, here comes USA, Mr. Captain Joe.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing as good as I can be. Let's put it that way.
Did you do any printing overnight?
Yeah, I actually did. I watched that freaking Washington game until almost midnight.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm gonna show you something. Let me get this piece out of the way. I printed this last night. And you can't tell what it looks like right now.
Well, it looks cool.
But what it is, when I finished taking all the filler off of it, because that was all supports that built up next to it. That is a United States in an Eagle, Globe, and Anchor Marine Corps.
Wow.
On top of the globe. And when I take it all, that's for my son to put on his desk. But that took 6 hours and 54 minutes. I started printing it last night at midnight. Woke up this morning and it was all done. And it printed perfect. And these things, they come off relatively easy. But you just got to be careful you don't break nothing else off with it, you know? So I'll play around, take some of it off later.
Yeah. Cool.
But I was going to print it in silver, but I thought black looked better for it. So, but it worked fine.
So you think you've solved the issue using that the paste or the glue?
Well, the glue helped on that one item, on that one print. I did put some glue down on this one, just in case it might be moving a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
But I did put some on this one, and I actually almost put it in the wrong place. I thought it was going to be in the middle and it was a little bit to the side.
Yeah, it
Y'all ate already.
stabilizes it a little bit.
Oh, I'm telling you. I think I'm going shopping for a new mattress. I think I need a new mattress.
Yeah.
Because I got that neuropathy and I've got the issue with the nerves near my spine and see 4, 5, 6. And I wake up in the morning and I can't bend my hands. And it's like I'm in so much pain right now.
I sleep in a power lazy boy type chair, you know. That's what I sleep.
I got one right there. I'm about to start.
Oh, that's that's the only place I sleep. I've got a brand new mattress and bed in the bedroom I don't even use. That is you know, it's heated, it's this, it's that, it folds up and does all kinds of things, and it just I don't get comfortable in that. I get in the lazy boy and the arm supports, and I get a blanket on me, and I'm good.
I can sit right here like this.
Yeah.
And I'm just in this chair right here, and I can go to sleep right here, and I'm comfortable. And I wake up and I'm not hurting.
Yep. That's why I say that's why I use the lazy boy, you know.
Mine's right there.
It's it's a power one. It's got a control and you push the button and you can adjust it.
I was looking at a Tommy Copper queen size mattress. They run around $2,000 and they had them on sale through QVC. I don't know if they're still on sale, but they were on sale for like 800. And I could get it on my QVC card, 12 months, same as cash. And I pay $75 a month on that card anyway, and it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah.
I just keep paying my same payment.
Well, just keep in mind that if your back and hips and everything are like mine and my legs, the only thing about that the power chair is when you know the bottom comes up and catches the back of your legs, sometimes it screws around with your blood circulation and your feet go to sleep. But
well, the issue I'm having is when I lay in bed, if I lay on my back, if I get on my back and I get to a position where it's almost like I feel like I'm sinking in it, but I'm not.
yeah.
But if I turn sideways, if I'm on my side, my shoulder, just the pressure on my shoulder works with the nerves, and then all of a sudden my hand starts hurting.
Yeah.
And I could fall asleep, but I'll wake up and you ought to see me trying to get out of the bed.
Well,
I gotta roll.
What you might want to do, Joe, is you got that lazy boy right over there. You might want to think about trying sleeping in that a couple of nights and see if you feel better.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So the other day, like I said, I fell asleep.
Because you already have the lazy boy.
Yeah, I fell asleep here the other day for about 4 hours, and I woke up and I was comfortable. And it's like when if I sit back, if I just sit back and put my arms back, the chair stays here.
Yep.
It's set for that.
Yep.
Oh, I was nice. Let me mute for a second.
I know.
I get to see my son. He's back.
Forgot about this. Forgot about this.
Yeah, what I did on that on my power chair, I got an electric, not a blanket, but an electric throw, and I have it on the seat and up on the back, and I can turn it on to whatever level I want, and that helps warm me from underneath it, which helps me too. So
I know. I was like, so you guys are eating at 3:30? She goes, yeah. Be there. Like, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Also, this one.
Yeah, I got to make a decision whether I'm gonna buy something or I'm gonna try that first.
well, I would before you spend any money, because I'd really be pissed if you spent all that money on that, even though it's a good deal on a mattress, and you decide the mattress isn't working.
You would. What do you think I would?
Yeah, so that's if I ever have to replace the chair, I'll replace the chair. But I have it out. I've got this deck room out here. I don't know if I can let you guys see it.
Yeah.
Deck room out here, and over behind that, right over there. You can't see it. You can't see it, but there's a lazy boy power chair right behind this wall here, because it goes like that out. But it's sitting right there, and it's right next to my couch out there, and Mia sleeps on the couch, and I sleep in the chair. Works good for me.
Yeah, yeah, I guarantee you, it's the mattress doing it. I know it is.
Yeah. And so my solution works really good. Right, Boo? Yeah. She wants just another little taste of her kibble.
Mm.
Look at that. She's gotten so that she's so fussy because I get online. She doesn't like it. Cause she's not the attention, you know?
Right. Well, I got mine. I usually get up and I usually get up and make like an egg and a couple of pieces of sausage. The last few days I've been just getting up and eating cereal. Like today I'm eating some cornbread that I got left over. I just don't feel like making it. I don't feel like eating eggs. And I've got a pill I got to give Tina, and I give it to him in an egg. I smashed a piece of cornbread together and gave it to him, and that, and he ate it.
Yeah.
And he's up there. He's up there. They were up there barking. They're trying to get me to give him something else to eat. So I gave him one of the little. What I do is I give him Honey Nut Cheerios, or I give him a little piece of shredded wheat, the little mini wheat, and that's better than buying a box of treats, and it's better for him.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah.
giving them the wheat and that like that, and they love it. So yeah, the
Well,
vet told me give them the Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah, I'm at a stage where I don't like to cook anymore. I used to like to make meatloaf, all that kind of stuff, you know. Now what I do is I buy out at Sam's Club, I buy the big case of Jimmy Dean's breakfast bowls. And that's what I usually eat all day. And then I got Meals on Wheels comes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh yeah.
So I get some kind of a hot dish. Some days it's like a cow pie on a platter, but not, you know. The
Well, they're giving me fits. But it's Tino. He's the boss, and he's the one standing here giving me. He knows he's the favorite, so he's the one here trying to get the stuff. They're making him work. Well, I tell you, taking this stuff off isn't hard, but it's tedious, and you got a couple of things that's around that's if you pull the wrong thing, you're gonna pull it off. And it's black, and all of us looks the same. You know? But it comes off like this. It's Nick's Eagle Global Anchor.
Yeah, so
Well, Nick, you should get a workout in one of the day. Heard him? Huh?
Yeah.
in fact,
Told him the workout plan. He goes, no. Cause we're doing that workout that I used to do.
okay, let me see if I can't show you the chair. How I have it set up. I got cameras everywhere in the house. Anyway, I'm having a hell of a time with this. For some reason, this computer's been all screwed up lately. And okay, so Joe, here's that room. I'm sitting here.
Oh, yeah.
And there's my chair, and I've got that heated throw over there, and Mia sleeps over here or here, and it just works out well.
Yeah, it looks like it would work.
And that's my blankie that I use, and I set the heat on that at about number 4, so it just works out good. So how's everybody doing out there today? I hope good. We have 13 people watching. Thanks for coming in and joining. Paul Hodges is working on getting his power steering on his truck working. He's at the garage waiting on a part. You know how that goes. Like waiting for paint to dry. But other than that, I did a ship this morning, and so it's just all good.
Hey, Lance, what's up?
Hey, Joe. Celebrating the University of Washington win last night.
That was a good one.
They dominated, and then they let them come down to the last play of the game. But we'll take it.
Yeah, I saw that.
So we're going to thump Paul Murray's Michigan Wolverines.
Yep.
Come Monday.
Monday evening, right?
Monday evening, 5 o'clock my time, or I think right around.
Yeah,
there.
8 o'clock here on the East Coast.
Yep. Could be a good game. My only complaint is it's on a Monday night. I've never really watched too much of that game because I have to work the next day.
Yep.
But I've got a little investment now. So I will be watching that. In fact, I might get together with a couple of my college buddies and we might.
Hey, you might have a little watch party.
Yeah, we did that against the Seahawks. We did that on Sunday with the Seahawks, and that didn't get us very far.
Justin's going to try and set up a watch party, not broadcast it, but allow people to join and join into the watch party, because obviously you can't rebroadcast, but you can do a watch party and share other people, let them come in like they do here.
That'd be cool.
Yep. Then you
So,
could all chit chat.
Joe, welcome to the world of 3D printing and all the frustration, right?
Well, I'm frustrated. Yeah, I printed this Eagle Globe and Anchor for my son, and it's got like a gazillion pieces of filler on it for support. And I just broke a piece off, and it's got me mad. But but I don't think I broke it. I think it's the way it's made. It's got a big hole in the side, where the thing came out of, so it didn't glue to it, which is no problem because I got real good glue. I could glue it right back. So I got that taken care of, but I still like 2/3 of the filler just won't budge.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to break off anything else. It's just, it gets frustrating with some things.
Lance, did you see the airplane crash out in Tokyo?
No.
Was
What
on
happened?
was an airliner, a big airliner with 785 passengers on board,
Overnight?
ran into a Coast Guard cargo plane, and the cargo plane, everybody died. The airliner, they showed pictures of it coming in, and it was a ball of fire, and they supposedly got everybody out. Don't know if there was any injuries, but just terrible.
Pull it
Wow.
up. Pull it up and show it. I have not seen that.
That's in
Was
Tokyo.
it overnight?
Yeah.
Gosh, they are not having very good luck New Year's, are they? With the earthquake and now this.
Mm.
I'll have another. Make it a double. Marie happens to Vincent Silver. He's from Sandy.
Dad, Mom thinks she's at a resort again.
Yeah, she told. When you'd rather not resort to a virtual resort. This is much better in real life. It matters where you stay.
New developments, we know everybody in the
Okay, here's the news.
Okay.
Let me take and screen share. Gonna start it over again. Let me stop.
And what's particularly sad about this is that
developments, we know everybody in the commercial plane. New developments, we know everybody in the commercial plane got out alive. Not the case, though, with the crew of the Coast Guard flight. Is that correct?
It is correct. And what's particularly sad about this is that that Coast Guard plane was taking off to help deliver emergency relief supplies that are badly needed on Japan's central west coast, where a massive 7.5 earthquake has killed dozens of people, and they're still digging through the rubble to search for survivors or potentially others who were hurt, not just in the initial quake, but also in fires that started after the earthquake. But in terms of this extraordinary scene at one of the busiest airports in Japan, right in the heart of Tokyo at Haneda Airport, we're learning more details about this collision that happened on runway C. One of the passengers was on live television speaking to Japan's national broadcaster NHK. He said, according to this passenger, that the exits in the back and middle of the plane did not work. So everybody, all 367 passengers, including 8 kids under the age of 2 and 12 crew members, they had to get out through the front exits as flames were quickly engulfing the engines and then the back of the plane before the entire aircraft was burning. It was burning for well over an hour. It still is smoldering right now. So they had, not only did these passengers all safely evacuate, around 400 people get off the plane in a matter of seconds. They're supposed to be able to get off in 90 seconds or so, the authorities say, but they had to all do it through the front emergency exits of the aircraft only, because some of the exit doors were not operational. That is truly an extraordinary detail of what is just an incredible story, a success story when it comes to getting people off the aircraft safety. Kudos to that crew. A dozen crew members who were able to pull that off, and the passengers as well. There was one mother also appearing on Japanese television holding her young child in her arms, saying that as the black smoke was enveloping the cabin, she didn't think that she would make it, but she was just trying to do what she could to keep her child safe. All the children on that aircraft, all the people on that aircraft are safe and alive right now.
Wow.
So it wasn't mid-air, it was on the ground they collided.
Let me
Is that
see if I can, let me see if I can get the actual, it shows it going down the runway on flames.
right? Okay.
Think this is it. No, 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 no. There it is. Okay, let me full screen it. Okay, this shows the crash. It must have happened on the runway. Boom.
Oh, jeez.
Boom.
It almost looks like the plane was landing and hit the other plane.
Yep.
That wasn't a good thing.
If you were sitting on a plane waiting to take off, you'd think twice, wouldn't you?
I'll tell you. And when I was on my way to Okinawa, we left New Orleans. Left New Orleans, and we were landing in Houston. And when we were coming down in Houston, I was sitting in the first seat past the opening, and he came down kind of hard. When he came down kind of hard, that front piece was sitting like right next to me, where the plane shifted. And I was thinking, how is this plane shifting this much? And all of a sudden we dropped. He blew 2 tires on my side. And I still had another 20 hours worth of flying after that.
Wow. Good morning, Mark White. How you doing? And also Dan. Trevor's here. AZ. Yeah, so that's the overnight news out of Tokyo. And the other news, everybody, is Joe is making some headway with his printer, but not without some issues. Let's call them issues, right, Joe?
Headaches. Headaches are a better word.
And Lance is cheering for the University of Washington, the football team. Yep.
You bet. Go Huskies.
They're gonna face against #1 seed in the country, Michigan Wolverines, on this coming Monday at 5 p.m. West Coast time, and 8 p.m. Eastern time for the NCAA championship. Mark says, good thing that didn't happen in the United States, or they'd blame it on a drone.
Yep, you got a point.
It sounds like they, what game was that? It was the Seahawk game. They said there was a drone in the area during the game.
Yeah.
I think it was the fourth quarter.
Well, that game out there went until, well, almost midnight here on the East Coast. Must have been earlier for you guys because 3 hours.
Yeah, it started at 6 o'clock here and didn't get over till about 9 o'clock, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
So
9 o'clock
it
is
was midnight your time.
midnight our time. Yep.
That's the one thing I liked about living in Hawaii. You get up in the morning at 6 o'clock and you'd be finished with football at noon.
Yeah.
Then you go surfing.
Well, but if you're just what I went to Hawaii one time on one of my honeymoons, and I had a hard time with the time change. Is when I'm calling back to home, to people here. Like you say, it's what is 6 hours difference, isn't it?
Like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Depends on the time of year.
So at 6 o'clock at night in Hawaii, it was midnight here, and made it difficult. Yeah, awful quiet. You're right, Lewis.
Mhm.
Oh, they're
What's it
just putting Paul Hodges' truck back together now. All right. He lost his
What's it go?
Lamptey lost his power steering last night,
Oh, geez.
and so it was the return line blew out, I guess. So he went this morning to get it fixed, and they got the part already, and they're putting it back together.
That's good. That's fast.
Yeah, exactly.
My ex-wife has a Dodge Nitro that's sitting at the shop now for 2.5 months, 3 months, and it's got something to do with a computer part, and they can't get it. They got one, got it in, put it in, and it was bad. So it just sits there while they're trying to fix it. This thing's got more filler on it than it's got parts. That's what it's starting to look like. Getting some of the filler off. I'm starting to get some of the filler off in some of the areas. There's going to be an Eagle Globe and anchor now. The anchor on this side actually fits in a hole. So it came out of the hole on me. That eagle looks pretty cool. See, when you get a part, when you get something this intricate with 3D printing, they ought to come in pieces where you just put them together. Because I got all that filler on this side to get off, and boy, you got to be careful with it.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely a chore. In the department I was in before I'm doing what I am now, in technology, I wasn't in the 3D printing part of it, but the guy that did that would always be frustrated because, and this was 6-7 years ago, he was always, saying, hey, these 3D printers, and just think how good the technology is now compared to 7 years ago. And he would always complain about, it getting jammed and not working, and then he had to teach other people how to use it. And so he had a tough row to hoe 7 years ago. Now, supposedly the technology is better, but I knew when you and Johnny bought him, I thought, okay, it's, they're not as user friendly as you would want them to be.
I told Johnny yesterday I was going to unsubscribe to him.
Johnny, thanks for nothing. Is that what you're saying?
I said, I'm not about to listen to you anymore. Yeah, my biggest thing is that he sent me the video Billy Kyle did on the printer. And I kind of like Billy Kyle's stuff because he's kind of straightforward.
Yeah.
Then I saw one with Dobo, and might have seen Dobo's first. And it was all good things. I would have never bought it.
Yeah.
Just, I don't listen to Dobos as much as I listen to, like, Bill. I don't listen to most of them. But you see, it's got that filler right there, support all around on that side.
Yeah.
And it's around all these little intricate parts. And it's wrapped around it, and I'm going to have to cut it loose and hopefully. The other side, like I said, I broke it off. The other side, it came off. The good news is that it's really clean, and I got some glue that you put on it, and it actually bonds it together, and it kind of melts it together. So I could put it back on, but it came off because the anchor part, you can see the anchor part, right?
Yeah.
And then if you look, there's a hole. So it wasn't really glued to it. It was stuck in there. So when it moved, it broke. So that's a bad design to me.
So what'd that cost you to make? $100?
Yeah. With the film and everything? $500.
And your time at $50.
Well, this is an overnight print.
Yeah, but how much?
And that's an overnight.
How much
And
time?
I cut it down.
How much time have you put on to trying to fix it?
Well, I'm working about a half hour now.
Yeah. So there's $30.
Yeah, go on Temu and buy one cheaper.
And you spent about 7.5 hours or 8 hours of the machine did to print it, right?
6 hours, 52 minutes.
Wow.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So Lance, what are you up to today?
So I'm back at work for the first time in 2 weeks. So I'm getting ready to, I'm putting plans together right now.
Ah. Working on your itinerary?
Yes. Yes. I'm multitasking with you.
There you go. Yeah, I figured today mostly everybody who's just got other things to do, catch up on or whatever after the holidays and winding down. But I feel responsible to be here for anybody that wants to pop in and say hello or just come pass through and Paul Hodges is getting his power steering on his truck fixed, which is good. And he's gonna put the power steering fluid in it and test it. Okay.
And I hope he wasn't driving it when it went out.
I think he was.
Jeez. And what city does he live in? I know he's in Canada somewhere.
Yeah, he's south of London. Not Hamilton. A minute, I'll tell you.
I got about 2 hours of jumping up like that. I took 2 fluid pills this morning.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I'm about 7 pounds heavier. It's like the fluid isn't releasing like it should. I'm supposed to go fly with Johnny sometime today, like around noon. So I hope these fluid pills work before that. We'll be flying by some bushes.
Have the printer boxed up and put it in his trunk.
He's in St. Thomas. Lance, he's in St. Thomas, Ontario,
Okay.
south of London, about an hour south of London.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna send him a bill. Yeah, Johnny called me yesterday and he said he was about to throw the printer out the window. He said he printed a dragon to go in a dragon's egg for his granddaughter, and it came out beautiful. And he was reprinting it to give to the other granddaughter, and it won't work. Said he kept messing up.
Wow.
And I said, that's what I'm telling you.
That's frustrating. Yeah, because the print you did before this one was a remake of a print that went bad, and it printed up fine, and then you printed this, and now it's issues now.
Well, the key, and I'm telling you, is I changed the nozzle. I got to put a new tip on it for that last time when it started working again.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking that it was the nozzle was doing something to it. So I changed one out because that $1 a piece. I changed it, threw the other one away, and it printed that other. Then it printed the other one, and it printed this perfect. And so I'm thinking the nozzle had something to do with it, but I think putting that glue stick down makes a difference too.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference because it has just enough adhesive to hold it, but it doesn't hold it in place when you take it off. See, and then when you tell this machine you want to put supports on it for like this piece, it puts it on there everywhere that it thinks it needs it, like around it and all over it. I wish I could just go in there and draw the supports.
What happened if you didn't tell it to put supports in? Have you done it just the way it comes?
Well, I didn't try it because of the way the anchor was, because of the rope. I said, let me put the supports on it because of the way the rope is just out in nowhere.
Yeah.
Sometimes if it doesn't have, it depends on which way it's printing. If it's printing from here going this way, it'll print it and go around and follow it. But if somehow it goes out here, it's printing in midair.
Yeah.
That's why it needs the supports. So it's got enough there to hold it in place. But the supports are your worst enemy when you're trying to clean it up.
Hey, Edward.
You're your best friend and your worst enemy at the same time.
Hanging with JD.
And I'm gonna tell them, I'm gonna say, when you bring this back and put it on your desk, be careful with the anchor rope. Because it's too thin. Can't remember whether I had something on my desk that seemed like every time I left one station, went to another duty station, I had to glue something back on it
Ah,
because it broke off.
here comes the American Mariner upbound.
And my son leaves tomorrow to go back to work. He goes back up to North Carolina tomorrow.
Yeah.
And his wife stays here until it's the 16th of February, 18th of February is when they have their wedding here. And that's going to be a crazy month. In a couple of days is 12th night, and that's when Mardi Gras starts. I think it's next Saturday night. Might be next Saturday night, the first parade rolls.
Jody said,
And
I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back.
Jody said, what slicer are you using? And then he said, get some cleaning filament. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either. The slicer is the one Anchor Mate has. It's the Anchor Mate, the one that came with it. Cleaning filament, I might have something to do with making it come off easier.
So you're using the anchor
stock one.
slicer that came with it.
Yeah. It takes more than patience, Paul.
I wouldn't. If it were me, that'd maybe be out at the curb for the junk man right away, you know. Because I couldn't return it because by then I'd have smashed the hell out of it.
That side's off.
Oh yeah. It's going to turn out okay. Little bit of extra
you haven't
work.
seen. Look how much filler.
Oh.
Yeah, the thing is, like I said, the other side came off, so I gotta glue it back together. That's the part's got me mad.
Right.
But the glue, it's because that little thin rope. You can see the thin rope on it.
Yep.
But it's all right. Everything's really clean. And that stuff that I can't remember who it was. AZ, I think, said use that glue. What you do is you wet both sides, then you put it on there, and what it does, you could actually see it starting to bond to it, and it's starting to melt into each side, and it kind of melts together.
Right.
So it's a real good glue. I did it last night did on something last night. Oh yeah, I made a mount for the Action 2 to hook on the printer so I could stick it on the printer. And I put it on there, it snapped in place, everything good, and I took it off last night and it broke. It cracked in the back. So I glued it back together to see if that works. Good news, it's only like a little 15-minute print, you know?
Yeah.
And in other words, you take it off, you put it on, you never take it off. One more place.
Well,
I
Joe,
got one more.
I think I'm gonna call it, Joe.
Okay.
It's a little bit slow and everybody's got things going on. We'll see everybody again later today.